We got our pop-up shop coming on
Oh shit.
October 1st over at Buttonwoods Brewery.
We got four bands or four music acts, I should say, playing at a place called Mayday in Providence. It's on 93 Manton Ave. And I'm just super stoked because we've always we're huge music fans. So we've always wanted to do something that incorporated music. So we're going to have the bands playing. We're going to have horror movies kind of like playing against the wall while they're playing, kind of projecting on them as well. The venue had TVs all around. So we'll hopefully have something playing on the TVs. It's going to be a great time. So
Going
there we
on,
go.
guys?
Hey, what's up?
Taking it easy. I'm Brandon.
What's up? I'm Taylor.
I'm John.
Taylor and John. I'm Dave. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Nice to meet
absolutely,
you.
man.
Yeah, we were wondering how this was going to happen right here. I didn't know if we were all going to get in one room or we're going to
Yeah.
do separate rooms.
Yeah, no, we're rarely in the same space unless we're doing something like one of our movie nights. We usually work like opposite hours and shit like that. So just
Yeah.
kind of hopping on here is usually the easiest.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Definitely.
you guys do a lot of we're recording already, by the way. We just kind
Oh,
of
okay.
go for it.
Nah.
You guys do a lot of events and stuff like that, it seems like.
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on, I just gotta fix this real quick.
It's okay. You look good.
You do. You guys are
Very
nice and
sexy.
clear. Love the back love,
I
love the
appreciate that.
backgrounds.
Thanks. Yeah, we appreciate you guys showing love and inviting us on, and showcasing our events and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
means a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you guys are in Rhode Island, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So PVD horror, the PVD, is that Providence? What
Yep.
does that stand for? Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
figured.
Providence.
Yeah, that's the Providence airport code, even though our airport is not in Providence. We steal everything. I mean, there's nothing like that makes sense about Rhode Island. Like our favorite sports teams are all Boston, and we act like it's in, they're from our state. So
Speak for
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
man. I'm not a
Oh, yeah.
Boston fan.
What do you, well, same
Nah.
here, man. I'm from Maine, so it's
Yeah,
same
you
kind
get
of
it.
thing, I'm
You
a
get it.
Celtics
Yeah.
fan, Red Sox fan, Bruins fan, Patriots
Yeah.
fan, so I get it.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah,
What
I don't
team?
know where the fuck Brandon comes from with like his interests. Like
Yeah.
I'm the
What?
same. I'm all the hometown teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know Brandon's. What's up?
Nah, I'm a Lakers fan.
Oh,
Lakers. Oh.
Dodgers
oh wow.
and the Colts.
Wow, that's a weird one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy, right? Nah,
I
yeah.
get the LA teams. There's actually a lot of people from New England that like LA and stuff, so I
Mhm.
get that.
Yeah.
But the Colts, that's out of nowhere, man. That's out of left
Yeah.
field.
That's what I
Yeah, they
thought.
used to be in Baltimore, but then
Yeah.
they had moved. So I might have family in Baltimore, so that used to
Oh,
be their
okay.
team.
That's
Oh, I
cool.
thought it was because of Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah, I like Peyton Manning too. Greatest quarterback ever. He's better than Brady. Give him Belichick. You know what I mean?
Is he that one with the big forehead?
Yeah, him and Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
I don't do football. I don't know anything about
You're a big hockey guy, right? Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hockey's where it's at, bro. It's life. It's about to start back up too. It's actually pretty much started. We got some like pre-games and all that stuff, and we are pumped. From here on out, we're gonna have two TVs. We're gonna have the Celtics and later on, and then we're gonna have just Preds going
Yeah,
nonstop. So
I got them watching the Celts after this year.
Awesome. I
yeah,
love it.
Nice.
I really like the Celtics. It's a lot of fun watching.
Yeah, I'm a diehard Celtics fan, so
His
like that's my number one.
My boy
funny,
Tatum. I fucking
yeah,
love him.
Tatum.
funny Brandon. His first game is I made him watch. I was like, just watch a Lakers Celtics game. Like, if you're gonna try
Yeah.
basketball out, watch a Lakers Celtics game. And first game he watches is that one where Tatum fouls LeBron and they don't call it. It goes into
Yeah.
overtime.
Yep.
Everybody's freaking out. Taylor's like, "This is the craziest shit I've
Dude,
ever seen."
it was so fucking intense. Like, and he's like, it's hard to like compare hockey and basketball.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
where you can, but like basketball's not really fun to me until the end.
Yes, yeah,
Hockey's
I
fun to
get
me the entire time. But yeah, just that first game, I said something about Tatum. I didn't know anything. Shit, I didn't know shit about fucking basketball, anything at all. And I'm just like, my boy Tatum, I read his name,
My boy.
And
Yeah, you adopted him right there. That was
Yeah,
Nah, he's a
yeah.
I
good
didn't
player, though.
realize I didn't realize how fucking good he was.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
killer,
And
man.
he's young, man. He's
I was
young.
upset because we drafted Lonzo Ball
Yeah, that's a tough
over
one.
him, you know. So I was just
Yeah.
like, motherfuckers.
I'm
Yeah, and his
upset.
his protege, like he like looked up to Kobe and all
Yeah,
that. He,
Kobe.
like, so
Absolutely.
yeah, there was definitely would have made sense for them, but
Taylor, though, I have to tell you, since you like hockey, so I lived in Arizona for a little bit, and I worked over at the Glendale Arena.
Yeah.
So with the
Little bitty
Coyotes
thing.
played back when Gretzky was the coach. So I would walk by all those players all the time. I didn't know who the fuck they were, but then it was like one day I walked by Gretzky and I was like, all right, I know you. And he was
Dude,
like,
yeah,
hey, what's up? So
that's
nah, it was
cool.
cool though. Yeah,
I've actually got a couple bobbleheads of him.
yeah.
So that's really cool. Yeah, he's killer. Do you guys watch any hockey at all?
I like to go to like the live games to like the Providence Bruins, kind of like the lower level teams. Like
Yeah.
yeah, they're like our like affiliate, you know,
yeah,
like AAA. I don't know what you call it in hockey. I enjoy hockey playoffs. Like I'm not like a regular season guy. I kind of have a hard time
That's
watching.
me.
Yeah, but like when playoffs, like the energy level is just totally different,
no.
and the games are like just it's I don't know. Is this something about playoff hockey that's a lot better? For me at least.
It's
And
tough if you're a basketball fan too, because it's like on at the same time. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
absolutely. I tried one
crazy.
season. I was like, I'm gonna actually watch like regular season hockey, and I couldn't keep up. I was like 2 games. I was like, yeah, no.
it's
I
like
told-
as much as they are different, like the season is the exact same.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
like, holy fuck, what are
Exactly.
you supposed to do?
I
Yeah.
told my wife, I was like, I'm not fucking doing it. I said, we're doing 2 TVs right in the living room. We're gonna have them both playing. We're gonna have a lot of popcorn, a lot of beer.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking get at it. You know, like
There you go.
this is where it's at. I'm pumped. I'm so ready for that shit. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good time of the year, no matter what. Like then
Oh,
you got
yeah.
football going on at the same time, so it's definitely
Yeah.
a good
See,
time.
I can't do any more sports because like if
No.
it's just not gonna work. I don't want another TV up there.
It's
So,
also
like,
not like Taylor, even with his movies, right? We'll probably get into this, but even with his movies, he can't like if nothing happens in the first 10 minutes, he's like
Yeah,
fucking you know?
I'm the same way though.
Yeah.
I'm very well, I'm diagnosed ADHD, but like
There you go.
it's very evident, man. If nothing, like John's all like dialogue, and I'm like, let's fucking see some tits and boobs and just like like something, you know, like let's get this motherfucker rolling. Like
Yeah.
it's hard for me, but I do appreciate the dialogue. It's just like The Exorcist. It took me like 5 or 6 times to get through it. Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, this movie's great, but
Yeah, first
I feel
conversation
like-
we had, I was like, I love The Exorcist. He's like, I fucking hate The Exorcist. I'm like, all right, let's do a podcast, man.
Yeah, I feel like right now, especially like I have less attention span than I usually do, like I used to, because like remember I've seen like I just have a hard time right now sitting through anything unless it like is just either super short or like a ton of action. So like I think I just have moments in time where I'm like less attentive. So like right now it would be really hard for me to watch like a slow burn. Like that's like torture for me right now.
yeah,
Other times I love them, but yeah, right now it's like
The old
impossible.
ones I seem to love. Like those ones are always great because like they didn't have like all this special effects shit. So it was all practical and the story had to be good in order for the movie to work, right?
I
Yeah.
tell
Now
you what,
it's like a
I
movie
just
3.5 hours. You're like, holy shit, man.
yeah. I just watched Psycho, the original one, for the first time
Oh, okay.
the other day, and I was like blown away. Like I was like, I will forever take up for this film now. Like
Yeah.
anyone says shit about it, they're
It's a great film.
talk to
Yeah.
me. But
It's so good,
Watch
man.
Psycho 2. You seen Psycho 2?
Psycho
No,
2 is
so-
good too, man. It's
is it?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I seen it was the same guy, right?
Yes. He's
yeah,
in
yeah.
he's in part 3 too.
3. Yep.
Yeah. See, I
I
never.
think he's in 4 actually.
might
He might
be.
even be in 4.
I only
Dude,
watched.
I think number 2 is like one of Tarantino's like favorite horror movies. Like he
Really?
fucking loves that movie. Dude.
I love Tarantino. So
It's something. Part
Yeah.
2 is something.
I'd only seen the one with Vince Vaughn, and I watched. So I hadn't watched it in years though, I
Yeah.
loved that movie. And then I watched the original Psycho, and then I immediately went into that Psycho, and I was like, this is a fucking ripoff.
Wow.
Like,
That's
It's
such
the
a
same-
weird thing though, because most people saw it the reverse. Like you see the original, then you see that. And like for a lot of people, it was really hard to watch that remake. There was just something different about it. It's shot for shot, which is
Yeah.
insane that it's like
Mhm.
it feels so different though. There's just something about it that's missing when you like grew up with the original, but you had the opposite experience.
I did, and I absolutely. I was telling my wife, I was like, "Let's," because she read Psycho, read the book, and I'm like, "Oh, this is great." We watched a show, and show's really good, but like,
yeah,
that movie, I was like, the one with Vince Vaughn, and Vince Vaughn's one of my favorite characters. I feel like him and I could get together and we could get in a room and just like, you just never stop,
Yeah.
And I was like, we gotta watch it, and she was like, well, I want to watch the old one, and I was like, okay, and dude, I was blown away. And then, like I said, it's been years since I watched it, and then we immediately did the other one, and I was pissed. I was like, fuck this movie. Like, I don't want to watch it.
Well, it's weird if you watch like the one with Vince Vaughn like later too, and you've seen Vince Vaughn and all this other stuff, and it just doesn't seem to line up that well, right? It's
exactly
kind of a weird.
He does a great job though.
He does. He does. If you don't think of like Vince Vaughn being Vince Vaughn,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough about that. I want to know how you guys got started. How'd you become friends? Did you go to school? What got you into horror? That's an obvious question, but let's hit the road, guys.
All right. So basically, me and Dave, we worked together. We worked at a group home together, and just one day, like we had like a flood in the basement, and so like all the staff had to take like shifts to kind of go downstairs and kind of like clean it up. So
me
and
wet
him,
vacs,
like wet vacs,
running wet vacs all the time.
So we're downstairs and we're just kind of sitting there talking, like passing the time, and then we're just like, "Do you like horror?" And then we just got into conversations and started talking about movies. I used to like burn all these fucking different films and kind of just like we like give it to him and stuff. So then like the friendship just kind of built from there. And then just over the years, we were kind of listening to probably, what was this, like 2014, 15?
Yeah.
I think there was like one podcast. So I think it was Bloody
Disgusting.
Bloody
no, not Bloody Disgusting.
No,
Bloody Good Horror. Bloody Good Horror. Yeah.
Okay.
And so you kind of sit back and you look at it and you're like, we can do that shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's
Not
something that we
not even in like a competitive way though at the time, but it was like, oh, I would like to do that as well, because like they look like they sound like they're having such a good time, and like we like you felt connected to those people almost like you knew them,
and you do it anyway, right? Like you're talking horror in the basement and shit, so
exactly.
like, might as well hit record, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so we missed the block to sit there and get it going, because like I said, that was like 2015, and so we didn't kick things off until like 2018. And that was just when we made the social media pages and everything kind of just took off. And the podcast didn't start until like during quarantine, COVID. So
2020, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Feels like it's been longer.
I thought it was
I feel like it's been longer too for you guys.
Yeah.
But we were like grinding with like the social media. So it was really important for us to like try to get like some kind of like following before we took that next step to like, and I think it just also like we had no idea what we were doing, so we were like putting it off for a while, the podcast part of it. So we started doing like live movie nights, events in a brewery. They were for free, and the place was like, yeah, go ahead and do it. And that like kind of started to build like an in-person community. So we had the social media stuff, the in-person stuff, and when quarantine happened, like we have no reason not to do it now. So we started doing it, and then just every week, it's for years now. It's been like every week, sometimes multiple times a week. It's a lot, but
are you guys married?
I'm
somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay.
Oh, I did talking about us.
Yeah. I was like,
it's like a marriage
through this.
Yeah, business marriage. I get that. I get that.
Yeah, Brandon just got married, actually.
Really?
Yeah, back in December.
Oh,
so
wow.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to the club, bro.
Yeah.
That shit's for life, man.
Yeah, they say something. It's like once they say I do, then they don't. It's about the sex.
I got it.
Nah, I don't have that problem. But I think
that's good.
It's still early, Brandon. Don't worry.
I think I'm good.
That's awesome.
That's a cool way of meeting. So you guys don't work together anymore now, right?
Yeah, no, not anymore.
No, so you work opposite schedule, so it makes it pretty difficult now, right?
Yeah, I work overnight, so
Uh,
it's crazy. Crazy
oh,
shifts.
So
that's wild.
you're bouncing back and forth quite a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like I'm just always up and just grinding and networking and stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like shifts, you know what I mean? So it's like when I'm sleeping, he's on, like, you know what I mean? And so it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like that's the way you just have to do it and just kind of keep it going. You know, you
Yeah,
can always have that presence.
I wondered how you guys did that because obviously we're kind of in the same boat now too,
Yeah.
and we kind of, we looked at you guys a little bit and we were like, how because if you have like this, like 4 people, it's tough to, you know, do a podcast. Really, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of talking over, and you got to get
Yep.
used to even just with 2 people and having one guest on. You got to make sure you're kind of in the right frame of
Mhm.
mind to do something
Yeah.
like that. And you guys do such a great job.
I
And
appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
yeah, and you guys get heavy fucking hitters on, man. Like, geez.
Yeah. How do you guys go? And we're not gonna steal your whatever, but like, who's the one? Do you guys go and like message them on Instagram? How do you do it?
Uh, over the years now, I think it's just from networking and grinding that, a
Yeah.
lot of the opportunities actually come to us now, so
Yeah, that's
Cool.
so it's kind of cool. So, but before, we would grind, kind of
Yeah.
split off,
Yeah, kind of exactly what you said.
reach
Like
out.
it was
So
just taking shots at first. Like I honestly can't tell you how many emails I've sent out and
right.
like
Mhm.
Yeah.
no responses or
Yeah.
like no thanks, stuff
Which
like
is
that.
tough because
Yeah, that I'll
like,
be honest, like that at first, like definitely
ugh,
bruised egos and
yeah.
like
And I
taking
have
some of it
imposter
personally.
syndrome terribly. So like,
Mm.
you
I
know what I
love it.
mean? It's
Yeah.
like I fucking do I want to message this? All of a sudden it's been
Yeah.
2 days and we haven't messaged anybody because we're like, oh no, like, dude, should we do it? They're gonna say no. It's gonna
Yep.
suck if they do. What if they
Nah.
say yes and then we have them on? Is that even worse than not having them on?
So
We can
Yeah.
do it right.
I don't give a fuck about this shit. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
Taylor.
yo,
That's why we got Taylor. I do a lot of the editing. Taylor just
and
fucking
I'm
you
like,
messaging
know
people.
what you guys are talking about is exactly the thing that like we figured out pretty early on, and I think is what's been helpful is like
Mhm.
Brandon and I are very different people, and like we each have our own like skill set and strengths and stuff like that. Like you need an email sent, like I'm all about that. I'm an English
Right.
major. Like writing is like a strong point for me. So like I'll
Very
draft up
professional.
something. Yeah. If you need something a little bit more direct, Brandon's more like blunt and straight to the point. Whereas I'll use a lot of words to explain something he can do in like 2 sentences.
Right.
So it's like all about figuring out like what's our approach to it and stuff like that. And I think that we've
That's
been able to figure that out,
that's the exact same as us. Like John's very articulate, like he can do,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, hey, you want to fucking shoot the shit and drink a beer with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool
Yeah.
though, like we said, sometimes like Dave said, it can be bruised egos from the beginning, but then it's like you're sitting there and then it's like the same person's like messaging you like 2 years later, hey, you think we can come on? So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's no like simple, because we've gotten that question like a few times with some guests. Sometimes someone will like come on and like like message us and be like, oh, how'd you land that? And I'm like, I honestly don't know sometimes. Like it's
No.
I really don't. Like maybe I sent an email like 4 months ago, or
Right.
maybe they just connected with someone else who we connected with, and that I don't know always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like just making sure you take the shot too. I feel like,
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
take the shot no matter what, and it lands where it lands. But I learned a lot about that, like filmmaking with Devils Are We, like
Yeah.
sending to
Mm.
film festivals, and
Yeah.
got to have a hard chest for that, getting denied, festivals, stuff like that. And then you finally get in one, you're like, let's go. And then you get denied another one, you're like, shit. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
back and forth. But if you don't take the shot, you'll never know. And I feel like you take the failures, whether it be podcasting and sending the emails and marketing, or with films where it's like, hey, it's gonna build you up. All those failures are gonna work into your favor, down the line at some point.
Yep.
I remember the first time I saw that your film was on the Troma app, and I was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
he's got a film on the Troma app! That's
Yeah.
awesome!" Like that was like, what was the name of your first film? Was it Worm?
Worm, yep.
Yeah, I saw that was on there, and I'm like, "Damn, dude!"
Yeah, I got hit up by actually Lloyd Kaufman from his Twitter. I don't know if he actually runs his Twitter,
I don't
Mm.
know either, to be
It seems
honest.
like he probably
Yeah,
doesn't, but they were just starting up the Trauma Now app, and it
yeah,
was a few months in, and I think they were just really like networking and like hitting up all these people that were putting out these films and just being like, hey, why don't you? He direct messaged me and gave me his one of his promoters' emails. That's how I was like, whoa, this is weird. I hardly use Twitter, like ever.
yeah, yeah.
And I posted it on there when we dropped Worm and sent it to the guy. I was like, I was told to give you this. And he watched it and he was like, this is punk rock, dude. He called it traumatastic. And I was like, yeah, it makes
Traumatastic.
sense. Like it feels like a trauma film, right? Just wicked cheesy. And like, we put
Yeah.
$100 into that movie. It was really an experiment to be like, do I want to put money into, a
Sure.
little bit more money into something? And it, a lot of people liked it. So I was like, all right. And then Devil's Our Way, we put a little bit more money into and just got better as a filmmaker too,
And
So,
and that's exactly
Yeah.
what it is, right? You
yeah,
take the money and you from the first film and you use it to make a better next film or a bigger budget next film and
right.
just kind of keep rolling with it. So good for you for doing that. I didn't see Devil's Our Way, but I did check the trailer and I thought the trailer
Nice.
was pretty awesome. So I was
Yeah.
like excited to check that out at some point.
Yeah, it's it's $3,500 budget, so it's nothing crazy, but it does have 52,000 views on YouTube, so
That's
it's
awesome.
Yep.
making the rounds, which is cool, and a lot of people seem to like it. So you guys should definitely check it out and let me know
Yeah.
what you think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
started
real.
it up on my overnight, so I got to
Nice.
finish it though. So it looks good though. Looks
Dude,
good.
it's tough when you don't have like actors. That's
Yeah.
we talked to a lot of like indie filmmakers. We had like um the guys from Valentine Bluffs on, and we had Nightmare Christie, and
Yep.
and
Yeah.
we get all these indie filmmakers on, and I just love to pick their brain to see, and they all go through the same shit. It seems like it's like, oh yeah, we had all these people, we had this crew, then half of them quit like 3 days
Yeah.
before shooting, and they got to go through
Yeah.
all this shit. So it's kind of cool to feel, it feels down to earth, where like we're all going through the same kind of problems, whether it be filmmaking, podcasting, whatever it is, starting a brand, where you think you're alone in it and you're really not. Like even
Yeah.
Ben from Fright Rags, I don't know if you guys have talked to him.
Yeah.
So cool. Like he's such a chill dude, and you're like, this is weird. He's got like one of the biggest horror like t-shirt companies, like, and he's just cool. He's just cool.
No, that's
Yeah.
exactly what we were thinking. Like when we
Yeah.
were talking to him, it's like I feel like I'm literally talking to a buddy that like I would see,
Yeah.
and talk horror
Yeah.
movies with. That was a really cool experience. But you're right. It's like the biggest thing that we've like our biggest takeaway is like it is a business in the end. Like, and
Mhm.
you're gonna have business
Mhm.
problems. And we had our own set of business problems, that we've gone through. And you just learn from each mistake and every different move and everything that happens and try to make it better.
Yeah. How did you guys start doing the brewery, like the movie nights and stuff? That's so cool, man. I wish, where I'm from, we don't have anything like that. And it's like, something I've kind of looked into, because it seems like you guys have a lot of fun. You get to promote your brand.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
It looks like you have a lot of friends that come out and represent you guys and stuff like that. It looks like a shitload of fun.
Yeah. So we first started it up. We was just doing like free movie nights, you know what I mean? So at the beginning, you're sitting there just kind of just putting things together, just having a fun time. And then so over the years, learning the business a little bit more, because I noticed now, a lot of people are starting to do their own movie events and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things that you have to learn from going into this, like getting the rights and everything like that. Like we started off, we really didn't know too much about it, like how
We had
to
no idea what we're doing.
what to
Yeah.
do, and so there was somebody here in town kind of doing like films in the theater, and so I think they kind of think that though we were trying to step on their toes or something, and it
Yeah.
kind of rubbed them the wrong way, and then we kind of got, it was like I think we were doing Evil Dead,
It
and
was
then
Evil
it was
Dead.
just and so
We got flagged.
they came and they was just saying
Wow.
shut this shit down, like shut it
Really?
down, and we're just like, what are you talking about? Like it's a free event.
We were literally
But,
doing like charity donation
Yeah.
collections for like animal shelters, and like each month we
Wow.
would do them. We had like a different donation that we were
It-
collecting for, and still it didn't matter. They were like,
Yeah.
Did they
There's
have
like,
the
you know,
authority to shut you down though?
yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
'cause we didn't have the
actually get
rights.
the company that has the rights to it messaged
Oh,
us
okay.
directly.
So we didn't know that. So, but instead of a lot of people, like for us, when we see people doing it, we kind of like sit there and say, hey, you should get the rights so you don't get fucked over like that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like kind of like people can take it how they want to. Like we're not coming at you any type of way.
Well,
We're just trying to give you a heads up so you don't
we
go through what we
recently
went through.
decided to not do that
Yeah.
recently because we're like, I think people think we're just being dicks or
Right,
that
right.
like, but like we're really not. Like we just don't like want to see somebody else. Like
Go through that shit.
we understand what it takes, so we're just like trying to share that. But
Yeah.
like I also know that maybe if someone told that to us back then, we probably would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
No,
But
that's-
it's like you just got to go through
advice.
things. Yeah, you
That's-
have to just go through things to kind of like realize it, because now we charge for the tickets and everything, but all that money goes back into getting the rights to kind of keep the events going. You know what I mean? So it's like we're not saying, hey, getting rich off of those events and stuff. Like it's going back into our merch or anything else that we're doing to kind of give back to our community. So
yeah,
Cool.
and you mentioned like it, you know, I'm sure in the videos and stuff, it like it looks like a bunch of our friends are coming, but like I'm gonna be honest with you, everybody that we've met are people that we've met through doing these events. Like it's not like we're like, you know, getting our, like none of my friends love horror. Actually, this last film that we did Lost Boys last week. I had a couple of non-horror friends like come out for it, but majority of the time, none of my actual like my non-horror friends ever come. So like everybody that we see that we've gotten friendly with is just through doing these movie nights and stuff. And they're all like making friends with each other and stuff, which is awesome. And people are like networking. We have people like, you know, connecting on different projects just because they met at this. So like, I do feel like our goal was to build a community, and it's happening, which is awesome to see. Sometimes we lose sight of that, I think, sometimes because we're so wrapped up in everything, like just planning and like wanting them to be as big, you know, as big as they can. So every now and then you gotta take a step back.
That's why I like Instagram though. Instagram is like this, the horror community is truly loving. Like it's crazy because like you said, like I have no friends who like what I like.
Yeah.
And
I'll
it's
just
so
cut it off right
annoying.
there. I have no friends.
There you go. But I have no friends who like what I like. And when I bring them down and I show them, and they're just like, yeah. And I'm like, you guys don't fucking appreciate this.
It's the same. That's the thing. It's like we said, like none of our friends really come to this shit. None of our friends, like a lot of my friends, I don't even talk about it with like some of my like people that I work with or anything like that. And if they kind of catch on and then they see it and they're just like, wow, you did this? Like, you know what I mean? It's like people don't realize shit until you make it to a certain level, you know what I mean? And that's when people start trying to support you and shit. So
I mean, our last movie night, we had 146 people show up to a brewery to watch Lost Boys. Like that's I mean, just to kind of put it in perspective, like that's a big turnout to watch Lost Boys at a brewery.
That's a church. That's a Sunday morning church service. Right there. That's awesome.
It is.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The brewery is probably pumped, man.
Yeah.
Let's do this again.
They're charging them for beers, business. Right?
And no, we did the collab beer with them for Lost Boys too, which has been awesome. Like that brewery, Buttonwoods Brewery, has been like pretty amazing. Definitely like they're happy with like the audience, but now like they're just like whatever you guys want to do, and they want to collab on stuff. So it's been cool.
Great.
Yeah, we got like 3 beers. That's what I'm drinking right now. Creature Feature.
Oh,
this is one of our beers. I can't wait.
Yeah,
there it is.
That was last year's. It was like a green sour, and then the Lost Boys one. One of us is like a red sour beer, which was really good.
Nice,
dude.
That's so fucking cool. Like
you guys, my own beer. Fuck.
You're hitting a fucking.
I'm not gonna lie, that was like for me,
cool.
that was kind of a dream. I'm a huge beer drinker, so having a beer was like, damn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool. Very like congratulations, honestly.
I appreciate it.
I want to know like who come up with the design for the logo and all.
That's a good question. Yeah.
My brother, he actually did that for us. So you know, he's an artist, so he kind of does all stuff on Instagram. He's been doing a lot of things and a lot of freelancing. He does tattoos and stuff like that. So it was just like one day I was just like, dude, I need a logo. And then so he just put it together, and it was just like, all right, from here on out, that's there it is.
Yeah,
PVD horror.
They got the Providence skyline with like the eyes looming over it in the logo.
That's cool. Yeah,
that's badass.
That's cool. So is he a part of the group, kind of like on the side, or
nah?
Does he still do
he does his own thing.
Yeah.
Does he do designs for you still though?
No, he just actually just did that one for me. So it's like, you know, I'm pretty sure like if we want to get some more down the road,
Could,
probably. But we've just been working with so many other artists. You know what I mean? Some friends like D-Lo draws. He's done like a few of our stickers. You know,
Yeah.
Rock the Dead. He's been doing like some little flyers here and there for us for certain stuff, certain events. So, but yeah, we've done
He's what is he now? Rock the Dead. He's like
Rock
Horror
House Studios.
Horror House Studios.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to check him out, his stuff's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think last year you guys were in Salem, right?
Yeah.
I think you guys
yeah.
were you
I
with
was down there.
were you with the Guts boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandin was.
Yo, those dudes are wild.
Yeah, those like our brothers, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
funny because it's like when you come into this game, it was like the Guts and That Strange Show podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like family, you know what I mean? And so it's like
Yeah.
you all gravitate towards each other. So that was the first time I met them, you know, in person, but it's like we usually talk like every other day, you know what I mean? So
I
Yeah,
just
those
I
dudes
just
are
talked to
cool.
them the other day, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Please come on, you guys are nuts!" Like
Yeah.
I just
I told Taylor, I was like,
wanna
we gotta
talk to
get
you.
these dudes on. These guys are wild, man.
They
are.
Their
Yeah.
content's great.
yeah.
And they're just good dudes too, though. Like
Yeah.
they I think if you were to just like visually see them, you would make some assumptions, and then when you
Right.
talk to them, they're just
Yeah.
good dudes. They got interesting backgrounds. Yeah, they're just, we actually have like 3 episodes that we were
Yeah.
never able to release that we recorded with them. Just there was like audio issues
Yeah, everything was fucked up.
or
Oh,
something
man.
each time. I think
Yeah,
That's
audio.
those dudes
Speaking
can
of
talk
that,
though. So if you have them on, and I love them,
Yeah.
but like they can talk. So
They
just
just
Hey,
go.
that's what we
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
That's what we like.
That's
you
what
guys
we
are gonna
do,
have to
yeah.
like make sure you guys get yourselves in there too, because that was
Right,
the one.
right.
Our first time we didn't know what we were doing, and I think they just went for
Went
it, and we
off.
were like,
That's
I
what I
have an
like.
opinion too.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Like I like
That's
that
cool,
a lot.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, do you guys who does the editing and who does this, who does what? Like is it just you two?
Yeah, it's just us two now.
Okay.
Yeah, because your reels and shit are dope. Like
Yeah.
you always got different
Who works
aesthetics and
what?
stuff.
We both of us, we both
Nice.
take turns and kind of like switch off and do it, you know. Video content for the podcast. I mean, for the podcast on YouTube, like I'll do that, you know, and then Dave will do the audio for the podcast. Instagram content, we both take turns, kind of do it, you know, just working on it together, and we just continue to get better. You know what I mean? You look
Yeah.
at content, everybody can look at their pages from last year to now. You know what I mean? Like if you keep working on it, your craft, you're gonna get better. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
just, you know,
We used to use a lot of like temp and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and just kind of like every post would sort of like, we tried to like make posts look similar and stuff like that, and then eventually we realized, like, I don't know, it just didn't seem like it. Around the time when like the algorithm stuff really started to kick in, we're like, we got to
Yeah.
do something to like stick out, because clearly whatever we're doing isn't anymore. So yeah, we just started to kind of like really just push ourselves to be more creative and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
it's
I mean,
weird
just
how-
to
it's
kind of
weird how
address
shit
the-
it's weird how shit gets stale too with the
Yeah.
oh yeah, 100%.
Yep.
And
It's
I think
always
that's
gonna be
Fast.
yeah.
crazy.
And then like sometimes it feels like kind of right to bring some old stuff back
Yeah.
once in a while, like it's breathed for a while. So and just to like address an elephant in the room, like we had 3 members of PVD Horror at one point, and then it started this year, we went down to just Brandon and I.
Gotcha.
So that's like, but like a lot of that stuff was how it was like even before, like the
Right.
most of the social media stuff was me and Brandon anyway.
Yeah.
So you know, that part really hasn't changed at all.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it.
Well,
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys are killing it, man. Even your like merch and shit. Do you guys like sell the merch at the like when you do the brewery stuff? Do you bring all your merch out and try to
Yeah.
sell anything?
Yeah, so we set up a table, and usually we have some other local vendors come, you know, and then we let them sell too. So it's a fun event, you know what I mean? So the merch, like we tried doing it like online on certain stores, but like we really weren't getting anything back when you kind of like focus into some of those sites, because like drop shipping and stuff like that. It didn't really work. So we just kind of like focus right now on some of our local people. But we're going to try to find something that, you know, kind of breaks even for everybody, and it kind of works out so that everybody else can get it like online and stuff. So
Do you guys-
Yeah.
I want one, dude.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
me too.
I'll rock that shit.
Do you guys go through like a shirt printing place and have like a shit ton of them printed off and take them there? Or how do you go about that?
So we have yeah, we have some local spots that we usually get some of our merch from, and we actually have a place called Hungry Ghost Press. So we have done like a collab shirt. So I don't know, not sure if you guys seen it. It has like the Grim Reaper on it. It's black and white. And it's kind of like with the VHS in his hand. So that's in like one of the local Providence shops. So we kind of did a collaboration with them. And
Yeah, you
so
guys should check out Hunger Ghost Press.
yeah,
They got some really sick designs and stuff.
Is that their name on
So,
Instagram?
yeah,
Yep.
Follow
shit.
them right now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, they
followed
got some sick shit.
Horror House Studios as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get
Hungry
both of them
Hungry
going.
Ghost Print
Hungry
Press.
Press. Yep.
Yeah.
Press.
So let
Yeah.
me ask you guys a question.
Sure.
How did you guys meet and get this started?
It was
Yeah,
it was a nightclub one time. It was a
Here we go.
wild night. Wild night. We ended up crossing swords in the bathroom.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Nah, John, go ahead.
Nah, he's from Tennessee. Obviously, I'm from Maine. So we just I had a podcast called the Home of Horror Podcast when I first started the page and stuff, and I did it with one of my buddies here. And we were doing like once a month because work issues, you guys know how that is.
Yep.
And you also know that once a month ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Like it's just not.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you know what after a week and a half or 2 weeks, like it starts to die out, it goes away. So I really wanted to do something different. And that was the guy that I did Worm with. So we're still really good friends, no bad blood or anything. Just he had other personal life stuff going on. It was all good, just a lot of work going on. And so I started doing it solo, which
Yeah.
not easy, right? Especially when you're just sitting in your room and you kind of zoom out for a second, you're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's just me. Who am I fucking talking to, right? But so I wanted to start having some guests on and stuff like that. And I was reviewing the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out on Netflix. And I just kind of threw up on my story. Anybody want to come on and talk about it? Taylor hit me up. And
Because I loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so we actually didn't end up talking about that because he had some other stuff going on. I think
I got drunk as hell at a con, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
So he came on with his buddy Chris, Silent Horror Night. And we talked for Evil Dead 2013, and I mean we did it for like 4.5 hours, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like we were just drinking beers and like
It was literally
all of a sudden, like I'm sweating. I'm like, what is going on? This is
it was a hangout session.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, it's only like 12:30. I'm like, it's fucking 1:30 here, dude. I'm gonna fucking pass out. And so after that, we just kind of started talking a lot and doing video chats after that. And we decided, hey, we should like do something because I was like, I started doing Devils Are We, and like I couldn't do the podcast at that moment because I was like, I'm filming every day, and with a small crew, it takes a long time. So
and I told him, fuck that, we're gonna do it. And we did it. We did it. We made it happen. And now we have Check the Candy, and John and I are lovers, and we love each other. And
so where did the idea for Check the Candy come from? Because I love the design. I love the title. Like, how'd you guys come up with that?
Yeah. So we really wanted something with food to do with food, because we were like, it just coincides with movies, right? We love movies. You're always, so our original thought was bloody popcorn,
which was super cool, but it was taken on Twitter.
But
so
and
the woman, I was like, can I buy your name? And she never messaged me. And I messaged her again. I was like, yo. Can I buy
it was
your
actually
name?
It was a movie review website too, and it hadn't been active since like 2015. But they own the name, they had the domain and everything. And we were like, damn, that was so good. And so we just started rifling off names. And Taylor came up actually with a fucking awesome one. And I think we probably would have gone with it if it wasn't taken. Coffin Candy. And
Okay.
do you remember those candies, like the little coffin Pez
Yeah.
almost?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
no, I just love that name. I was like, it's kind of like cotton candy, but coffin candy would
Yeah.
be a sick logo, right? All the stuff. Some girl had a jewelry shop in fucking Georgia.
Of course.
That's like
Of course.
Yeah.
huge, and it was sick. And we kept going through names with the people we were talking to at the time about Check the Candy, and we came up with that. It went with it was candy at first, and then a bunch of other things, and then just Check the. And we were like, wow, it's kind of like a saying, but like we like it, man. Let's roll with that.
No,
So
I like it a lot,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. When the first time when I saw you guys post that and post like the logo, I was like, wow, that is like a good one right there. Like,
yeah,
Dude.
because I don't think people understand, like, coming up with a name is not easy.
no,
Yeah.
We threw out so many names.
yeah,
And then I think Brandon, I think you might have just been like, how about PVD horror? They're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that makes sense. All
Dude,
right.
it was
yeah.
nuts
Kind
because
of clicks.
Yeah.
yeah, because I was just sitting there because I was just like so frustrated because it was just like the time, like you wanted, like you guys know, you try to put something together and it's just like the time and the scheduling and stuff. And so I was in the hospital and I was just like, yo, fuck this shit. And I made all the social media accounts that came up with it. And then I was like, it's PVD horror. Here's the fucking logins. Let's go.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
that's exactly how it went with us.
Yeah,
Whenever
he started the Instagram page like
whenever we
a while
find
before.
we were like, check the candy, and it was just kind of like, all right, and then we just kind of set for a day, and I was like, nope, fuck it, and I
Yeah.
just like I started everything, and then went straight to my phone, and I just put together the I just went and found some fonts that I thought were
Mhm.
cool, and I just watched Pearl,
All right.
and
Yeah.
I really like
Yeah,
Pearl,
that
Yeah.
that side up,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, I want to do something with Pearl, and so I put check the candy, and I was like, so our biggest thing, we wanted candy apple with
Yeah.
razor blades in it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I couldn't do it. I don't have that ability to do that. So I was like, fuck it, a lollipop will work. And
Yeah.
threw it in there, and I was like,
Just
this
kinda
is it.
rolled
We're
with it.
rolling with it.
Yeah.
And John's like, I love it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And that's how it came about. Then now we have Alt.
Yeah, Alt Fiction. I don't know if you
And
guys
he's-
have heard of him.
Yeah.
But, whew, he's
He-
good.
He's a killer guy. He's our art guy. He's a fantastic person all around. But
So there's about to be a lot of cool shit
yeah,
coming out, man.
Nice.
Cool
shit
shit
ton
in
of
the works. It's crazy.
really,
Yeah.
really, really cool stuff coming
He did
out.
he did this poster too. Like
Yeah.
that's how
Oh,
we
okay.
kind of got talking to him. Is Taylor was like, he was talking to him, and he started a company called Lone Pine Apparel, and was doing that for a while during the pandemic, and then he started just getting into poster art and stuff like that. And Taylor was like, you gotta, like, because I didn't have an idea of what I was gonna do. I was like, I'll just throw something together myself. It's really about the story, you know. Such a filmmaker. I'm like, it's really about the story, you know. And Taylor's like, shut up. You need some good art. And he's
Yeah,
like, you
you
got to
do.
check this guy out. You know, it's half the
Yeah.
battle. And I'm glad I did, because he came up with I sent him a screener of the film, and he watched it. And he was like, boom, boom, boom. Within a week, three different posters that were
and
just
they're incredible. Alt's one in a million, man. He really
Yeah.
is a great guy.
That's awesome.
But
He's over in the UK, right?
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Okay.
He is.
So he
is in the
sounds
UK.
cool as shit too.
Very lovable guy. Just
we
because
call
of his
him
voice.
we call him the pond wizard. So we call him.
Yeah.
The
Pond
Pond
Wizard.
Wizard.
Yeah. But he's
UK
coming up. He's
lover.
coming up with shit right now, man. That is wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So,
it's
it's cool.
incredible what he can do. But yeah, so he amplified the logo, because we bounced back and forth like, should we change it? John's like,
Mhm.
no, and I was like, it's not easy. Like, if you know anything about logos and stuff, it's not easy to put them on things, you know,
Yeah.
especially if it's in a circle, you know, like, or blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about. But like,
Mhm.
so Alt's like, you know what? He was like, your logo fucking works. Let's roll with it. You know, he's like, it's a good one. John's like, I like the colors. I'm like, I like the colors too. And I picked the color because I was like, purple's my favorite color. Pink's one of my favorite colors. So I was like throwing it all together. And I was like, you guys really fucking like this? Like, the other people
Yeah.
think that pink and
Yeah, it's
purple is
sick.
cool. But so he kind of amplified it and made it, you know, kind of go out of the circle a little bit, which was very much needed. And that was I loved
Yeah.
it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's
Really
got
doing that.
he's got a lot of cool shit on the way, man. You guys are gonna like it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. The stuff he's doing is crazy.
So that's kind of been like what I think where we're at right now too, is like trying to find different like designs and trying to find unique stuff that's gonna like stay similar to what the brand is supposed to look like,
Yeah.
but also just like something different to kind of draw people in more.
Yeah.
That can be a challenge. So it's good when you have somebody that has like a good eye for it.
Yeah, well, he also has a degree, right, John? Am I speaking right?
Yeah,
He
well,
has-
like with graphic design and stuff, he
Yeah.
studied it, and he used
it's all
to,
business like
yeah.
design too, and he was like, he comes at us all like professional. We're like,
Like,
you know,
dude, look at us, look at us, man. Like,
Yeah.
You said, look at us.
don't worry, it's cool. But yeah, he used to
So-
like design. He used to he ran a club, a music club in the
Oh,
UK,
right.
and like he noticed like all the posters were like kind of shitty and like not that cool. So he started making the posters for his club, and then he noticed like there was this traction, and he kind of had a knack for it as well. So he just rolled with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty awesome, man.
So what are you guys like outside of this? Are you any different? Do you guys have different personas outside
No.
of
Not
Fuck
even
no.
close.
do you have any places where you have to be different?
yeah,
Nah,
work.
I don't.
I have to with work. I
No.
own my own business. I can't roll in with glasses like this. And but no,
Yeah.
like I got stabbed in the face. So
Oh,
like
damn.
I wear glasses.
Fuck yeah, dude.
it was a great fucking story. And I've got pictures, I've got receipts.
Is that got receipts?
But so I wear glasses, plus Elton John's one of my favorites. But like I can't roll into somebody's house looking like I do right here. But I'm covered in tattoos, so they accept me, you know, and I live in the South, so it's kind of hard to do. But I got kind of a decent personality where I kind of make people feel okay. So it works. But no, I'm pretty much the fucking same. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
That's funny because I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say, how many pair of glasses do you have? Because I seen the episode you had the stars on. You know, now you got the
Bro,
little...
I've got a literal drawer right here. Just it's I can't even fit it anymore.
Dude,
I just
I've
don't
only
hide 'em.
seen him without glasses like 3 times, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
He's always wearing them, and like we
Yeah,
haven't met personally. Obviously, he's actually coming up here in a couple weeks. So
Okay.
Oh, nice.
he's
Nice.
he's flying into Boston. He's going to be in Salem for a night, and then I'm going to pick him up in Salem, and he's coming to Maine.
Yeah.
What day are you gonna be down in Salem?
The
5th.
I don't know, John. My
Okay.
wife's upstairs.
My wife's upstairs.
She
it's-
takes care of me.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
be there. You fly in the 4th, Taylor. You'll be there until the 5th. I pick you up the 5th, so we'll probably spend the day in Salem on
All
the
right.
5th, which it's a Thursday, so that kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because we were gonna meet up. I don't know if you guys know Johnny Slice either, but he lives in Boston or around Boston, maybe Worcester
Okay.
area. So he's gonna
Alright.
come too. But he was like, "Fucking Thursday, dude." I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it's
sucks."
tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough for people.
Yeah.
It's tough for me, man. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna get up there. But yeah, you won't see me without glasses in person. It's just I don't here at the homestead. I'll take them off eventually, but it's kind of like shoes. I don't take them off till I'm ready to go to bed. You know, it means
And
my
dude,
day's over.
And dude, he's got hair down to his ass, and he tucks it into his hat, dude.
I do.
Crazy, bro.
Like tall? Like do you wear tall hats?
No, I wear those ball caps. I have to go every year to Party City to get them. But I get it. It's just I like my hair. I just don't want to shave it off. But I like the look of shaved off head. So, no, I have no fucking hair. I lost it in high school.
Yeah, 'cause I was getting ready to say, I think I heard you on an episode saying you didn't have any hair. I'm like, this guy's bullshit right now, but I'm gonna let him finish though.
No.
He's got no hair.
I have no hair. It's embarrassing.
I'm with you. I'm right there too.
My-
It's all right.
My wife says something about it, and whenever she says something, I'm like, no. You don't talk about my bald, okay? I talk about my bald. You can't say anything, okay? It's funny. Good times.
Love it. Taylor, how we doing?
We have 5 minutes.
Cool. Why don't we wrap this up, boys? And if you guys don't mind hanging back for a second, we'll talk after this.
All right.
Cool. Well, we really appreciate you guys coming on, man. You guys are 2 killers. I love your content. Hopefully we can do some more collabs and shit like that in the future or something.
Yeah.
More episodes. You know, you guys are cool dudes, and obviously
Thanks, man.
New England homies. So I love it.
Yeah, you're both very pretty too. You're good looking people. So like it works off camera and on camera. So and you got good voices. Like you
Appreciate
just
that.
Wow.
all the way around sexy.
It's an ego boost right
see,
here.
see,
man.
he makes you feel good, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
I
you,
went to
anything
church
you
for a
guys,
long time.
anything you guys want to plug? Anything coming up or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
Brandon.
we got a pop-up shop coming on
Oh, shit.
October 1st over at Buttonwoods Brewery. We're gonna be screening Friday the 13th, Jason Lives on Friday the 13th at Buttonwoods Brewery.
The music
we'll-
thing.
You gonna
Yeah.
get CJ Graham there?
CJ Graham.
Wow,
Nah, he's not gonna
that'd be
come
nice.
to this one. Yeah. You want to plug that?
Yeah, so we're also doing our first music venue event. We got 4 bands or 4 music acts, I should say, playing at a place called Mayday in Providence. It's on 93 Manton Ave. And I'm just super stoked because we've always we're huge music fans, so we've always wanted to do something that incorporated music. So we're gonna have the bands playing. We're gonna have horror movies kind of like playing against the wall while they're playing and kind of projecting on them as well. The venue had TVs all around, so we'll hopefully have something playing on the TVs. It's going to be a great time. So super excited about that. That's October 12th. It's a Thursday at Mayday in Providence.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, you heard it here.
Yep.
Get there. So that's
Love
fucking
it.
awesome. It's like the coolest thing I've ever fucking heard anyone say. The music and horror movies. I love
I'm
it.
psyched. I'm psyched.
Yeah,
I
they
wish
used to
I
do that.
was
I used to
up
go to
there.
Salem and they'd do that in one of the clubs there in Salem, and they'd play horror movies and have a DJ and shit, and it was fucking badass.
Yeah. That's kind of what we wanted to like try to bring over here because
Right.
it's like, why not? You know?
Yeah,
Why don't
absolutely.
I gotta get up north. Like fucking Tennessee, man. It's just like it's not there. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I
Here's
was down in Nashville last year. It wasn't bad though. I had a
Oh,
good time.
Fucking hell, I love Nashville. Nashville's my shit. Especially all right, we'll cut it.
yeah.
Peace, everybody.
All right,
We'll talk about
all right.
Nashville after the episode.
PVD horror, everybody. Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Deuces.
Thanks.